Hey there, sheepdoggers, and welcome to Lawbreakers. I've even got the cam on for a second. I'm going to turn it off once we get going, but just for this little intro. I really like this game. I think it's a lot of fun. I can play it for like 5 hours on stream, no problem. I really enjoy it. So, yeah, I didn't like Overwatch. People are comparing this to Overwatch because, of course, they are. It's an arena shooter. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to do some videos on it to A, maybe get some people checking it out because it's a fun game, and B, maybe get some people over to my Twitch because I've been playing this on my Twitch, and yeah, I'd love for some of you guys over on the YouTube to come over to Twitch and check it out. I may even do a stream of this on YouTube, possibly. That sounds like a fairly good idea, so maybe keep an eye out for that as well. Yeah, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to record some footage of me playing, let's see here, I'm going to record some footage of me playing as one of the Wraith characters. I don't know which side I'll be on, because that's the one I'm probably best with, and the one I understand the best, and I may talk about the character and how they work and how the game works and all these kind of things. I'm not going to go super into depth, but if you want a base look at the game and at a character, this will be my first video, and it's going to be the Wraith character. So, yeah, I might do it with all of them, depending on how the first video does. If you want to see more, let me know. I'm very up for doing more videos on Lawbreakers. So, yeah, it's going to cut, and it's going to be me talking over gameplay footage, because I don't think I'm going to be able to talk and play at the same time. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Hey there again, guys, and welcome to my video on the Wraith, and also, incidentally, on Blitzball. Now, I joined this in a little late, in the sense that the game had already started, but this was a massively fun game. And this is all going to be footage of me playing as the Wraith and talking about the Wraith and Blitzball. So first off, you'll probably get an idea of the Wraith as it's playing. But let me give you an idea of Blitzball first. So Blitzball is a centered objective. In this instance, it's a ball. Funnily enough, it is named. It is voiced by the voice actor, the guy who voices Morty in Rick and Morty, possibly Rick as well, I can't remember. But anyway, yeah, the ball's got a very amusing voice, and when you hear it, it's quite fun. The basic objective of Blitzball is 8 times you have to go down into the center bit, you see the ball right there. You have to take down the shield by basically being in that area, and then, like I'm doing here, run to the score location in the enemy's base. There are a couple of other game modes similar. This is the one that can probably be one of the most fun. It's high-paced, it's really fast, and it's perfectly suited to the Wraith. The Wraith and the Assassin, probably the most, especially when it's an unorganized team, are the biggest scorers, I'd say. So that's it's very simple, you know, and you've already seen it happening. You see, there's a Wraith, got the ball. He's probably gonna get the goal in a couple of seconds. Yep, there you go. There's the goal. So yeah, it's very fast paced. It can bog down, and it is a lot of fun. So the basic abilities of the Wraith. Let's go through this. So the Wraith, as you can see, has a fully auto pistol, machine pistol, I guess. Which is low damage, unless you get headshots. It's low damage, but it's fairly accurate. It's actually possibly too accurate, in my opinion. But, you know, game balance stuff, I'm not really going to get into that in these videos. But it's very accurate, especially in short bursts. You also have the short sword, or the knife. Now, the basic attack with it is a right click, and it's a short dash. There you go, you see that right there. It's a short dash, which is a melee attack. Very strong, and it is extremely powerful when combined with the other abilities. And we'll talk about the combinations and stuff like that soon. His first ability is left shift, which is his movement ability, which you'll see here. There you go, it's a slide. It's one of his movement abilities. It's also an attack. So the best way to use it in general... Yep, that's me dying. The best way to use it is to chain it with your spacebar. Your spacebar, you can see on the left there, the blue little bars. I get 3 jumps, like air jumps. He can jump off the wall as well, but and he can jump off the wall for free. But you can jump in the air 3 times with the Wraith. So the best way to be mobile with the Wraith is to slide and then jump 3 times. And that will get you, depending on the map, almost all the way through the map. You can see how quickly I get out the gates and these kind of things as well. Now, your E is when you fire your knife out, your knife blade out, it sticks in the first thing it hits, even a player on both sides. You saw me fire it out there, and it gives you there's another goal scored. It gives you, that's also the ultimate, we'll talk about that in a second. I'm not great with the Wraith's ultimate, I'm gonna put my hand up there. Yeah, so the knife explodes, doing quite a significant amount of damage. It is a great way for the Wraith to still be useful, even when the mobility is not as needed, because it's a good zoning tool, or it's a good damage tool if you want to hit someone who's hiding around a corner or in a room or anything like that. If an enemy's defending a room, you can fire that knife in there and explode it by shooting it. Now, any of your allies, any of your teammates can shoot the blade and blow it up. So you can shoot it onto your allies, you can shoot it onto your enemies. There's another goal. You can, and you see how useful the Wraith is in Blitzball. Yeah, you can shoot it onto your allies, you can shoot it onto your enemies, and it will, they'll be able to blow it up. And it's probably a difficult one to use in the heat of a fight. Let's call it a dogfight. In the heat of a dogfight, when everyone's jumping around, it's hard to use effectively. If you're lucky or good, you'll get it on an enemy and then blow it up. That can be really, really effective. Finally, the ultimate, the Q, which you see just has popped up there in the bottom left, is... It's a slowdown. It's a kind of AoE slowdown. I was very upset that I didn't get that. It's kind of an AoE slowdown. It's very effective, hard to land, because there's a bit of a charge up, and then it is a slow projectile. And you can see the knife blade in there. I'm putting it in that building to hopefully hit anyone trying to guard the ball. So in Blitzball and in most games, what you're going to be wanting to do as the Wraith, primary bonus of the Wraith is he is super agile. He's probably the fastest, if not equal fastest, player, along with the assassin. So you're going to be wanting to move around the map, you're going to be wanting to flank. He is very low health, very quick to die, as you can see. But his mobility really makes up for it, and his burst damage is ridiculous. So let's talk about burst damage very quickly. Your #1 tactic for the Wraith should be slide while shooting, melee attack, and then either finish off with shot or there you see the knife dash. Either finish off with a shot or kick. F is kick for all characters. All characters can kick. So yeah, I'd say you know, that's probably the basic combo that you're gonna want to go with, and it's how you play the Wraith. Now you can use your jumps and your slides to get away, to evade. You can harass. Making yourself a target is a good tactic in certain situations with the Wraith, because the Wraith is very mobile, as you can see. That the one I was chasing there was an assassin, also very mobile, good Blitzball player. And yeah, the Wraith is very mobile, so you can kind of tease out the enemy to chase you while your teammates go and do something objective based, which is a very, very good way to play the Wraith as well. But yeah, for the combo, I messed this up here, but for the combo, probably I should have kicked there. The kick is a knockback, just so you are aware. Another good little tidbit for the sword, for the melee attack. It's really worthwhile keeping in mind that the sword has a little longer reach than you'd expect. Usually you'd expect it to end, but it will hit them on the very edge of your lunge. So after you've lunged, it can still hit them if they walk into it and that kind of thing. So keep that in mind. But yeah, I'd say one of the Wraith is a good character. He's probably the one where you'll want to start off with him to get used to the game, and then switch to other characters. He's very simplistic. He's very easy to get the hang of. This game is fairly true to the hard, easy to master, easy to be. I can't remember the phrase now. Something about easy to play, hard to master. But yeah, he's one of those characters that's easy to play and fairly hard to master, like to be really good with, as with a lot of the characters in this. But he's probably the easiest to get a handle on. So the combos and everything like that there, that was a terrible slide. You know, it's very basic what you need to do with the Wraith. You know, you slide, you shoot, you stab. That's what you do as the Wraith. The jumping like this, you'll get a hang of it fairly quickly. The mobility, you'll get a hang of fairly quickly. Great character. I have a lot of fun with him because he's so mobile. But a lot of people want to play the Wraith. A lot of people want to play the Assassin because they're the most mobile. So I'd say once you've played with the Wraith for a little bit, it's probably worth. See there I messed up my kick. If I'd have knocked that Assassin back, I probably would have won that fight. But I missed with my kick. Yeah, if you want to play with the Wraith, you keep in mind that a lot of people will be playing Wraith, and you'll probably want to switch out to learn the other characters fairly quickly once you've got a hang of the game after you've started playing. So yeah, in the other game modes, I'll probably talk about the other game modes in different kind of scenarios. But in the other game modes, you've got his mobility. Mobility always useful. You know, you've got capture points. You've got objective captures. You know, you've got to take things back to your base. You've got to charge things up and all these kind of things. The Wraith is really useful for his ability to flank, for his ability to get round behind the enemy, and also for his ability to burst down the objective carrier. So your base. Oh, and you'll also see there. You'll see in the middle of all of these maps, as if you watch the other video. You know, if you watch the other videos and everything, you'll see in a lot of these maps a low gravity field in the middle. What that basically means is you can point a certain direction, and that's where you'll go with kind of forward momentum. So you can go down, you can go up, you know, you can change direction with your mobility moves. With the Wraith, I'd advise against fighting in these kind of mobility areas. And you can see the kick there. I wanted to show off the kick a little bit, so I kind of did that. Yeah, you'll want to avoid fighting in the gravity areas. Use them for your mobility, but don't hang around in them. You want to be in the high gravity areas and the places where you can use your mobility against everyone else. A lot of the other characters are good in high gravity. And there's another goal. Now this game was really fun, by the way. Like, the enemy team was working well together. Our team was working really well together. They were blocking us off. You may have seen one of the other characters' ability is to put up a wall, and he actually used it to block off the scoring area from me, which stopped me from scoring and meant the enemy could get the ball back from me. It's really good. The Wraith is fairly simple, to be honest. Like, I can give you some kind of like tactical information, but I think one of the reasons he's one of the more popular characters, you know, like you tend to get a lot of Wraiths played, and you tend to get like a 3 Wraith team still doing really well, is that the Wraith is very strong and he's easier to understand than a lot of the other characters. So, and, you know, he's a good first character to play because it shows you the immense fun that this game can be. Like, Blitzball is probably my favourite game. Not just as a Wraith, as almost any character. I really enjoy Blitzball. There's something simplistic, but also hectic and fun about it. The mobility in Blitzball, the ball's always moving, there's no kind of static defenses as you get in the other games. So it makes it a lot of fun. And I think I failed to defend here, do I? Oh no, oh this is great. Okay, so did you see him try and get feet on the scoring point? I actually kicked him away from the scoring point. So we managed to defend that goal there and get the... I don't think we got the ball back for ourselves. There is a shot clock. If you don't score within the shot clock, the ball will reset, which I think is, again, another really good idea. It keeps the game from being defensive or stale. You know, Blitzball is definitely the strongest example of why the game's fun. Like, all the other ones are good too. Blitzball's a great way to show people how fun this game is. And you know, full disclosure, I do love this game, so I'm going to be very biased in talking about it, obviously. Aside from that, what you'd probably want to be doing with the Wraith is running him as kind of an interdictor and an objective, either an objective stealer or an objective runner. So if you're playing on a team with a Wraith, and they seem to be, you know, good and decent, decently agile and mobile and everything, what you're going to be wanting to do is let him do his thing, help him get the objective, and get it either back to base if it's one of those games, or have him get the ball and go for the goal. Try and protect him as best you can. Quite often, like, everything about the Wraith is burst, basically. The damage is burst, the mobility is burst, the scoring is burst. So, you know, you can see me get the ball, and then within about 5 seconds, I'll be scoring a goal or I'll be dead. You know, there's not much longevity unless you have a good healer and these kind of things. Then there can be a little bit of longevity there in the Wraith's life. But most of the time, you're going to be dying a lot, you're going to be killing a lot. That's the basic, die as little as you can, kill as much as you can. That's the Wraith. And, you know, as I said, I'm going to see how this video does, and I may do another video, see how that does. But I'm going to talk about all the, game modes and all the characters, and just very basic tactics and ideas. Like, I'm sure there are videos out there of tactics for the Wraith and all the other characters and all the map modes and all this kind of thing. But I want to bring it to you guys, my kind of main audience, you know, those of you who watch my videos, because I really like the game, and I can, you know, I can play it for hours. I really enjoy it. Yeah, I figured while I do that and maybe introduce some of you guys to the game, I can also give you a good idea of the basic tactics you'll want to try coming in. So that's mostly it. At the end of this game, which happens fairly soon, I believe, there is a countdown. It's got 2 more minutes on the timer. But I do believe we score in a moment and win. Oh yeah, that's right, the assassin got it. So you can see the assassin's very mobile as well. And there you go. I do also show you a few of the skins and things like that. But that's the basics of the Wraith there. It's a really fun role. It's a really great starting role. You'd see the skin I've got for it is you get a lot of drops, and you can get random skins, kind of like, you know, like other games similar. And some of them look cool. They're mostly recolors for the most part so far, but the game is in open beta, so, you know, give that a certain amount of leeway, I'd say. I actually think I do accidentally go into... I forget to leave the searching for match, and I actually stupidly jump into another lobby. But yeah, these are the two Wraiths. You've got Deadlock, he's on the Law side of the Law. You can see some of these skins we've got here for him. Those are all like recolors, and then the purple one down the bottom is a reskin. Looks kind of cool. You can't buy them yet, as far as I know, but I imagine you will be able to... Yeah, there you go, there's the lobby thing. I imagine you will be able to buy them or earn them through playing. There's the reskin with the thermal shell, looks very cool. A couple of recolors, and there's his thing. You also get weapon stickers. You can see I equip one of them. It's not really much, I don't think, because people won't really be able to see them, but there's a weapon sticker there. You also have the kick decal. If you kill someone with a kick, this comes up. So that's what the kick decal is. So yeah, there you go, guys. That is Lawbreakers. Really, really fun game. I heartily recommend you. It's in open beta until August the 5th. If you see it after that, it's not going to be there. And then it's released fairly soon. So I recommend it. I'm going to be streaming it on Twitch. Please go over, give it a look. But aside from that, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Always helps out a lot. And of course, I do really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one.